What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys. Here with some Dragon Ball Z news. Not really news, but news. We're talking Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But anyway, guys, straight into it, man. I want to talk about several things today, but the first thing is going to be Super Saiyan God. Yes, Super Saiyan God. So I'm still getting messages. People are still asking me. People are still saying, hey, DM, Super Saiyan God, they've confirmed it is a transformation, etc., etc. I want to say that, yes, you are 100% right. It is a transformation. But that's not what I'm saying whenever you hear me say that it could be a separate character. What I mean by separate character is not like in the term of like Xenoverse, how Xenoverse had regular Goku with his transformations, and then they had Super Saiyan God Goku, who was literally, there was no transforming. Y'all know how Xenoverse works. That's not what I mean. When I say separate character, I mean a separate individual base level Goku and Vegeta that has the ability, just like every other Saiyan in the game, to transform. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that that's in the game. I'm not saying that I even want that, because I don't. It's just purely speculation, because I don't understand how you're going to be able to play through the main story as Goku and Vegeta with the Super Saiyan God ability unless it's a different character. And then some people said, hey, well, maybe, if that's the case, you'd be able to play with two Gokus in a party. No, if you put one Goku in there, it's going to stop you from putting the other one just so that doesn't happen. And guys, like I said, it's all speculation simply because I don't understand how they're able to play through the main story as Goku and Vegeta with Super Saiyan God and with those outfits, because currently in the game, you're only able to stay base level, or you're only able to play through the story as they were during that time in the story. Even when you use the time machine, it's that same way. And I know some people brought up the thing about the resurrected characters from the Dragon Balls, using the Dragon Balls. But guys, Dodoria, you fight him on Earth, not on planet Namek. So that nullifies that right there. Then some people speculate it could be some form of training with Whis. The reason I don't think that is because anytime they show Raditz and Goku and Vegeta and Dodoria, it always talks about playing the main story. So that's why I'm saying it is possible that it could be separate characters for this. Also, some people have also hinted that, well, maybe after you complete your training with Whis, you get the new outfits, etc., etc. That's a possibility too. I'm not ruling anything out. What I talk about is purely speculation, guys, because there's things there that don't line up with the way the game is. And that's that. Now, I do want to note that Bandai Namco has been very vague with the release date. They've been very vague as far as what all we're getting with the DLC. But there is something special to note that I know a lot of people may have forgotten about, and that is the Tao Pai Pai log that you should have gotten if you pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition. Now, this is one of those things where it kind of sucks, because you pre-order something, you expect to get it on release, and now you're getting it, what, 3, almost 4 months, possibly 4 or 5 months later? The Tao Pai Pai log, it even says here in the fine print, which you can't see because the image is too small, that the Tao Pai Pai log and the music compilation, 11 additional songs, will come in spring of 2020. So we already had, before this ever came out, the DLC was ever announced spring 2020, we already knew that the DLC would come around that time. And that's why I always speculated that it would come around that time, because I knew that the Ultimate Edition stuff would release in spring of 2020. A lot of people speculated that as well. If you did, you're a great prognosticator. But I'm wondering what other things could we potentially get in the game as well. Because a lot of times with games, when you get a DLC release, especially with a season pass type thing, there's something new added to the game. And I'm not meaning like something new play mode, but there's some new game mechanic added to the game. And that backs people up to this right here to say that, well, maybe we can finally go back in time and play with Super Saiyan God and other transformations. Will this Goku even have transformations other than the Super Saiyan God, Guys, it's all up in the air. Like, you have to think about this. This Goku character here is still gonna have to be able to have Super Saiyan Blue with the next DLC. That's why I believe it's a separate character. Okay? Just my belief. But guys, real quick, man, you need to check out this ad here from Beautiful Halo, guys. The link is in the description box down below. They have some awesome anime gear. I've ordered stuff from them. It's good quality. It's good stuff. And on top of that, they were nice enough to give me a discount for you guys. So use that link in the description box down below. Promo code Dmgaming for that extra % off. Enjoy that there. Now, the big news, the big debacle, if you will, is the DLC. People are upset. So people are getting upset about why is the DLC episode 1 locked behind the season pass paywall, if you will. Now, this is very understandable from a business standpoint. Ever since this game has been announced, I've always discussed things from a consumer standpoint and a business standpoint. So what is the business standpoint that makes this justifiable? In their eyes, it sells the season pass. I mean, that is their goal, to sell copies of the game as well as the season pass. But here's the thing. Currently, right now, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is on sale for 33% off, something of that effect. So it's around about $40. So even if you add that $25 in there for the season pass, that puts you at how much the game costs. I know you're going to say DM, but 25 and 40, that's $65. Yeah, it is. How much is your game after taxes? In Texas, it's $64 and some change. There you go. So, you know, it's almost like buying a deluxe edition, but with the base edition. So, and I know people are going to say, well, you know, they're trying to sell copies of the game, blase, blase. Every spring, you have games go on sale. It's just, spring is more like a slow period in the gaming industry, and they need to push sales on games. So they do that. Anyway, it's on sale right now, 33% off. That's going to help you save some money for the season pass. I'm pretty sure that's why Bandai went with that, because they want to sell the season pass. Now, is it right that it's locked behind the season pass? Guys, that's up to you. I mean, in actuality, what I would have preferred is for them to have released DLC 1 and 2 together. That probably would have made it more worth it. Because here's the thing. People are going to tie DLC to a price point, okay? So when they release like a season pass, 20-something bucks, that's pretty much average across the board. But if they let you buy this individually and say it costs $3, would you see value in that? You know what I'm saying? Because you think $3, $6, and then what, you know, $14, $15, $19 for the story arc or something to that effect, or even say $5, $5.10, and then $15 for the DLC, the story arc or something to that effect. If that price point is low, you know, that can hurt sales, because people can ask the question, why is this price so low? Like, we're literally not getting anything. Or if it's priced too high, then it doesn't meet those high price standards. People are going to raise questions. Most of the time, when you have a season pass and something is worth, say the season pass is literally half the price of the game, you have to look at it in its totality. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look at it at each individual piece, you're only thinking $25 and you're looking at individual pieces, it's not going to be worth it. You have to look at it in its totality. My biggest question is, why in the world did they go with Battle of Gods? And we already know episode 2 is going to be Fakatsu no F. That's a no-brainer. Why did they go with that for the original content? Because people are asking. I was looking at Game Rant's article, and they asked that question. They started out saying that the 2 episodes were going to be 2 original episodes. And remember what I told y'all about original episodes? That's something that hasn't happened before. And now they're saying 2 boss battle episodes. But people are saying, how is it original content? Battle of Gods happened. The reason it's original content, guys, is because they are not going to tell the story the same way it was told in the anime. You can have, they have Beerus and them there, right? They could have just did it with Goku, giving him Super Saiyan God ability. But the moment they gave Vegeta the Super Saiyan God ability as well, it becomes original content, because that's not what happened in the story, and that's somebody else's rendition of it. Also, it is an episode, so there are going to be a cutscene, but it's not going to be this drawn out story that you would have seen had it been like the new story arc is going to be. And now that we're seeing what the DLC is going to be, it makes you wonder, what is the new story arc going to be? Because it's a story arc. I mean, could it be Broly? I don't know. At this point, anything is possible. I personally feel like it's going to be tied to Dragon Ball Super with Universe 6 and 7 with their tournament. That would introduce, because like you have to look at it like this. An episode, I told y'all a long time ago, Battle of Gods doesn't merit a arc. Why? Because Goku fought Beerus. That was the only enemy. When you look back at the Raditz arc, Goku and them fought, well, it's not even the Raditz arc. The Saiyan arc, they fought Raditz, they fought Nappa, and they fought Vegeta. When you go to the Frieza arc, you had a fight with Zarbon, Kui, Dodoria. You had a fight with Frieza and his multiple forms. You go to the Cell Android arc, you had Android 18, 19. You had Android 17, 20, 21, 6, and then Cell on top of that. You see what I'm saying? And then the Majin Buu arc, you had Pui Pui, Yakon, Dabura, Majin Buu in his different forms. So when you look at those arcs, there's multiple people that you're fighting. So it doesn't make sense for them to make Battle of Gods a complete drawn out arc because you're only fighting Beerus. Same thing with Fukasa Noel. Yeah, they fought against Frieza's henchmen, but that doesn't merit a story. They only fought Frieza. But when you look at the Universe 6 versus Universe 7, they fought against Hit, they fought against Kaba, they fought against Magetta and all them, they fought against various people. So it merits something that's long enough to make into a story arc. Hopefully all of this makes sense. If it doesn't, I don't know how to make it make sense, guys. Is it justified? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you as the consumer. But as for me, I feel like there could be more than meets the eye to this DLC. Am I excited about it? Yeah, I am excited about it. I want to see it. Is my expectations high for it? I don't expect a lot of content from it. The reason why is because they split it in two instead of keeping it just one. Never understand why they do that, but we'll find out. It is possible that this DLC could just pop up without a release date as well, because the free update popped up without a release date. They're saying spring of 2020. We could wake up the next day and, hey, the DLC is available right now. You know what I'm saying? That could be as well. But guys, that's all I have for right now, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.